own mind, which I have learned for 21 years from Sri Sri Ravi Shankar so beautifully. And I've had the privilege of leading his university program in the US for the last 10 years, Sky Campus Happiness. We have it in 53 universities, and we've been privileged to touch 100,000 students so far. And really what I've noticed is that it takes a four-pronged approach to happiness to catch the mind at all of the places where it can escape. I've noticed that in my classes, at least 70% of the students walk in with high anxiety, and at least 50% walk in with high depression. And I was shocked to see on the surveys in this classes I taught at Yale that more than 60% of the students self-reported that they had suicidal ideas in the last year. I was shocked myself to know that it's more than 50% of students. And what fills my heart with gratitude of fulfillment is that at the end of our class, so many of the students said, this whole semester now, I have not considered suicide. I don't even feel depressed, and I feel like I learned real tools to boost my happiness every day. And those tools that I've noticed are, the first one is, many of you have already said it, Dr. Dodi and Dr. Soni, is evidence-based meditation and evidence-based breath work. And in Sudarshan Kriya, our breathing meditation that we teach, all the research has shown it's as effective as medication for relieving anxiety and depression. So first, students need the inward tools to get rid of their negative emotions, breath work and meditation. The second thing they need is a positive way to spend the energy once they have it, and that is leadership and service, which Sri Sri is such an amazing example of. So we instill leadership and service, a service ethic into the students, so that once they are relieved of stress and have energy, they spend it in a good way. And as I think Dr. Soni was saying, and Dr. Dodi was saying, when students think of others more and think of an outward focus, how can I help others? That automatically elevates their happiness level and gives them a broader vision of life. And the third approach we've noticed is students need a little bit of emotional intelligence training. They need the lens of compassion that Dr. Dodi was talking about. They need to look at life from a broader perspective. It's not just about me, but how can I help others? And emotional intelligence training gives students that larger vision, how to look with compassion and love towards others. And the last approach we've noticed, which Dr. Soni talked about very beautifully, is social connection. So we have built-in social connection to our programs because students are so lonely. I agree with Dr. Soni's statistic. The loneliest people in the US are between 18 and 22. So we build positive community into our programs. And I noticed that without that element of social connection or positive community, like other like-minded people to support them, students don't end up being able to stay resilient. So those four approaches, I feel, boost student happiness so much. That's what I've noticed after teaching this for 20 years, is that they need the sense of community, social connection. They need very strong evidence-based breathwork and meditation practices that they can do on a daily basis. They need to be empowered with that. They also need a different lens, emotional intelligence training, and they need some kind of output, service. What can I do for the world? And knowing that I can contribute is a huge way to elevate our student population.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Annalise. So to summarize, I think what everyone has said so beautifully, currently universities are focusing on training students intellectually, teaching skills, but one thing that they have yet still to learn, are still working on, is teaching students how to live. So it's wonderful that we are here speaking to the founder of the Art of Living. Sri Sri, would you like to share any concluding thoughts?
No, that's wonderful. I think said it all, right? Right now. And Dr. Dara and Emma has summarized the whole thing and how we need to move forward. We need to care for our young people, in the university, and before they even come into university. We have to, we all need to dream of a world which is free from violence, which is free from stress. Because compassion and love is in one's nature. If that selfishness which arises out of lack of belongingness with everybody, with the community, can be taken care of, naturally there is affinity, there is compassion, there is love among each other. These qualities can just blossom, and let's all keep in touch and keep working on this common mission to have a wellness, a better society, a world free from diseases, a world free from fear and anxiety, hatred and depression. And Emma, you are doing such an excellent work with 2 kids and so much to take care of at home. And you are right on the job all the time and doing your research diligently. This is needed. Sometimes knowledge is out there, experiences are there, but unless it is academically put together and it has been verified scientifically, it is not so appealing. It doesn't really catch, though the need is there. So like any drug, any medicine, first need to get the trials done. When the trials are done, it's tested well, only then they are given out. Similarly, we need to, case studies are very important, whether in science or in spirituality. On case studies, when we go, we are on a very firm footing for creating a better society and leave a better world behind us when we all exit from here. Wonderful. Nice being with you all. Wonderful.
Thank you very much.
Bye.